Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I was just sitting here thinking, I just got off of a call with one of my coaches. The only people that I actually mentor and coach now one-on-one are certified abundant life coaches. And so I coach them. They're my VIP clients now. And I just got off a VIP call with one of our coaches. And as we were talking and hey, Dion. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Joanna. Hi, guys. As you're coming on. I know, right? I just kind of just jump in talking. You guys are coming on. Hey, Reverend Will Martin. Hey, guys. So as I was in this coaching call, right before I'm jumping on, we were talking about following your bliss, right? And I just began to think about how I ended up where I'm at now. And thank you, Deja. It's dope. Thank you. I ended up where I'm at right now, literally just taking one step at a time, following what felt like was right for me, what felt organic to me, what felt like aligned with me, which felt like something, when something feels like it's not a choice, when something feels like it is so natural for you, when it feels like you literally can't not do it, right? You have to do it because it's something that aligns with who you are, or it just brings you so much joy, so much passion, so much peace that it's your thing. And as I look over my life at this point, guys, and I think about how I used to pray for the life that I have now, I used to pray for the things that I have now. And as I've watched my life unfold and I've watched everything manifest, right? Hey, Coach B. As I've watched each individual part of my life come together, these are all things that I've prayed for. It's all stuff that I used to wish for, pray for. Oh, if I could only be this, if I could only do that. And one of the things that I've observed is standing in the way of where you are versus where you want to be is you. You. I had to deal with all the stuff that was blocking what I was asking for. I had to deal with all the mess and all the messy middle, the ugly parts that were holding me back from having what I truly desired. And that's the thing that most people don't want to do. We want to keep it easy. We want to keep it pretty. We want to do the lightweight things. We want to do the lightweight work. When you're looking at people and you're seeing them being successful, you're not seeing the ugly parts. You're not seeing the hard parts. You're not seeing the areas of their life, their heart, their mind, that they had to heal or they had to overcome or that they had to change in order to be where they're at today. And I think so oftentimes we will look at people and say, you want what they have, but are you willing to go through what they've been through to have that thing? Do you really, really want it? And James says, that's why I'm connected to you. I left my church because they talk about the end and not the things to get there. I need to deal with the middle. We got to deal with the messy middle. The sleepless nights. Yes, come on, Scooby, right? Scooby 1970. The sleepless nights. The confusion. The confliction as your subconscious, as you're becoming and doing shadow work and becoming aware of things that you didn't even know about yourself. And yes, many don't see those night seasons and the dark nights of the soul, Reverend Will said, right? We don't see the conflict and the confusion and the disconnect and the discord and the drama, the internal struggle, the internal suffering, the letting go. And all of this stuff sounds so easy, right? Miss Catwalk says, so people are so jealous of me, only if they knew, right? They don't want this. They don't want these problems. They want the juice, but they don't want the squeeze, right? They want the juice, but they don't want the squeeze. And you're always being presented with a choice. I'm going to name the name of this video The Messy Middle after we get done and retitle it The Messy Middle, because I don't even know what I'm going to talk about when I turn on the camera, guys. I just put whatever title comes to mind because I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And if you find yourself right now, and there's some areas of your life where you're not where you want to be, what I'm going to say to you is this. There are choices, right? Choices. God is presenting stuff to you that has to change. He's showing you. He's allowing certain triggers. He's allowing. God is faithful. God is at all times presenting to you. Now, it's easier to blame other people. It's easier to judge other people. It's easier to say, well, they did this and she did that and he said this and No, God is using those people and those circumstances to show you and point to your work. Point to the areas where you need some help, where you need to be digging, where you need to be excavating pain, trauma, issues that need to be dealt with, that need more peace, that need more light, that requires more love, that requires more insight. Who was on the RLP show last night? Who was on the premiere of the show last night with the guests? Do you guys notice with the second guest, with Shakisha, how her questions were all about confidence, low self-esteem, and dating? Do you notice how we did not have any conversations about dating with the second guest? Do you notice I immediately went to the root of the low self-esteem and the confidence, because that's the stuff that's at the root of the problem she's having 20 years later. 20 years later. Who's listening to me? There's stuff in your life right now at 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, that is from 20, 30, 40 years ago. You're dealing with symptoms. You're trying to address what you think is the current issue, but the underlying root issue of your struggle in this area has something to do with something 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. Miss Catwalk says it's your paradigm, like Bob Proctor says. Exactly. Right? Literally, guys, it's stuff from 20 and 30 years ago. Please keep selling us the healing course. We will always need it. James, listen, I ain't even got to sell you my course. I don't even care if you don't take our course. I don't care. It is my job to make you aware of the fact that you need to do work. You need to do this work. I don't care if it's through me, another course, another coach, another university, another therapist. I don't care how you do this. It's my job to make you aware of the work. See, guys, I'm not a numbers person. I just stay on my square. I just do my job. I'm only called to do my job. I'm only called to just be Rebecca. And as long as I stay on my square and I do what I'm supposed to do, and I keep pointing you back to God, pointing you back to the work, pointing you to healing, pointing you to change, is if I keep doing that, I'm doing my job. I get credit when I stay on my square. I never have to worry about money. I'm always blessed. I'm always provided for. I'm always taken care of. I don't care how you get it. It's not my job to worry about how you get it. Do I think ours is the best? Yes. I think our course is absolutely the best. I've never seen anything like it. I've never heard of anywhere else doing this type of work with all of it in one place. All of this very in-depth sacred soul work in one place. I don't know of any other course that does that. But does that mean you have to do our course to get healed? No. I just want you on your path. I want you on your abundant life path. I want you seeking your own answers. I want you to seek your own breakthrough. I want you to seek your own healing. I want you to seek your own peace, your own love. And before you get to peace, guys, you go through hell. Because you have to go excavate all the mess that you've been through, right? Somebody says, keep it down, heart. Says, my mom would beat me and my sister, then tell her friends we were horrible children. Listen, so much comes down to our parents, guys, our families, right? Scooby says, still dealing with my mommy issues and I'm 50 plus. My mom was abusive, trauma responses. Yep. Guys, this stuff is real. It's real. And if you don't realize it's real, you're missing the whole point. The whole point. Candy Crystal says, we have to stretch in the areas that challenge us. It's part of doing the work. God wants us to see what he sees within us. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. God is trying to reveal who you really are, all of your potential, everything that you were put on earth to do, everything that's inside of you, the greater, fulfilling, passionate purpose for you being here on earth. And it goes way beyond you just making money and paying bills and dying, right? There's so much more to you. But we go through the messy middle before we get to the manifesting of our magic, manifesting your millions, manifesting your miracles. We go through the messy middle and it gets so ugly. So ugly. God is always revealing more and more to me about me. About me. Guys, I wouldn't be on here talking to you about what you need to do and then be a hypocrite and I'm over here ignoring myself, ignoring all my own junk. I'm constantly working on me. Constantly working on what does that mean? Why do I feel triggered by that? What is that pointing to? Oh, wow, I need to do some more work in this area. Wow, I need to do some more forgiveness in this area. Wow, I need to really get still and listen. Right? What do you need to be doing? What is the decision you have to make right now? What's in front of you right in front of you that God is trying to point out? He's trying to get your attention. For those of you who are going through hell right now, God is trying to get your attention. Get your attention. And what I warn people about is if you don't listen and you don't pay attention, guys, it just gets worse. Because if you're stubborn and you're not being obedient and you refuse to humble yourself and surrender and listen, it just keeps escalating. God just turns up the heat on you. Oh, okay, you ain't gonna listen. Okay, you don't want to listen to me. Okay, you don't want to get still. Okay, you want to keep doing your way. Okay. And can I tell you why? Why? Back to God is a faithful God. He knows the desires of your heart. He heard your prayers and he's answering them. So guess what? Your business is launching out here with a date on it. You're out here getting married. Your wedding date is out here ahead of you. The date that you have $1 million in the bank is out here ahead of you. The date that your book is going to publish is out here ahead of you. The date that you open your restaurant, the date that you start your brand, the date that you is all out here in front of you. And so God now starts turning up the heat on you because you've got a date with destiny out here. You've got a date with destiny, and he's got to now get you ready to be in position to be ready to walk into it and receive it, because there's some crucial timing. Timing is now at stake. Timing. You asked for it. He's lined it up. God is out here in alignment saying, according to your will, according to your purpose, according to what you have asked, I am giving you the desires of your heart. It's already done. Yes, Scooby, it's already done. We just need to catch up. We just need to get into alignment. This is why it starts to feel so crucial. This is why it starts to feel so hard. This is why you feel everything that used to work is not working. Everything you used to do to feel better is not working. So the heat, God's turning up the heat on you, turning up the heat on you. So you will turn away from everything you've been doing and give up and say, because God's got to give you some new ways, some new thoughts, some new people, some new doors, some new windows. So that you have got to be ready to let go of the old so you can walk into the new. You can't bring old with you into the new things you've been asking, the new things you're manifesting. It's going to require a new you. The old you can't go. Someone who knew me a year ago doesn't know me today. Anyone who knew me 2 years ago doesn't know me today. Someone that knew me 10 years ago, they most definitely do not know me today. The old Rebecca had to die in order to walk into who God created me to be. I had to unlearn, let go, change some of my crazy toxic mindsets, let go of pain, heal, forgive, build confidence, become determined. There's so much that had to change on my path. On my path. It has not been easy. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's most definitely worth it. And my advice to you is to stop resisting. Stop looking backwards. Stop regretting everything you've come through. Stop regretting choices. Stop looking in the rearview mirror. You're not going in that direction. God, while you're sitting and worrying about what you lost and what didn't happen and the choices you made and how you should have done it differently and why did he say that and why did she do that and while you're sitting there churning and rechurning all of that mess, God has a whole new vision for your life, a whole new dream for your life. Calzone is the Hebrew word for purpose. God's vision for your life. Calzone. God has a calzone, a vision for your life, a dream of your life out here ahead of you that is blessed and whole and happy and blissful and joyful and peaceful and full of purpose and full of passion and full of wonderful people. But you have to be willing to let go. You got to be willing to let go. Because if you don't, you risk it all. You're going to stay right here, churning. Scooby, thank you for buying a badge, baby, right? You're going to just sit here, spinning your wheels, not making forward movement, not moving, not progressing. We have to let go. We have to let go. You can't change it. You can't wish it away. You cannot change anything that has happened up to this point. You cannot change the previous chapters of your life and your story up to this point. But if you don't let go of what has come and start focusing on getting intentional about where you're going, you just keep repeating those chapters. You just keep repeating. I think about some of the lowest points in my life. The lowest points. I mean, guys, when I was hopeless and helpless and just distraught and suffering and grieving and scared and just at my wit's end. Some of the lowest places in my life. And giving myself over to God in those moments, giving all that pain and misery and fear and doubt, insecurity, uncertainty, and saying, here, I give it to you. I can't carry this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm just going to lay all this down because this is too much of a burden. God, you didn't build me to carry this. I'm not even supposed to be carrying all this. That's your job. That's your job, God. You said you would make my burdens light. You said you would make my load light. It's God's job to carry all that heaviness. It's not, you're not even built to carry it. You gotta purposefully, willingly surrender it, lay it down every single day. Every day. You are supposed to be walking this thing called life out as light as possible. Run your race. Run your race. Run your race. Right? Happy. Fulfilled. Coach V says he didn't say the weapon wouldn't form. He said it wouldn't prosper. It is our job to stay aligned, stay relaxed, stay in pace with God. Not behind, not ahead. It is your job to believe. It is your job to trust. It is your job to put your faith in the flow of God, in the timing of God in your life. It is your job to trust your story. Trust that all things are working out for you, that nothing will be wasted. Nothing will be wasted. Everything you've been through will be used for greater purpose and greater good in your life. And it is your job to trust. Trust. I feel internally empty to let go of things, Saja says. Saja, listen. Baby, God wants to fill up all the space that's being occupied by fear and loneliness, doubt and uncertainty. He wants to fill it up with love. Love, joy, peace. That's what he wants to fill it up with. You won't be empty. You won't be empty. You will not be empty. God is nothing but love. Love and light, guys. So we trade in our burdens. We trade in, right? We trade in, give over all the weights and the worries and all the craziness and the conflict, and you just keep giving it over. You just keep giving it over. God, here, take it. Here, take it. Take it, take it, take it. You see my baby running, right? Right? Give it over. Lay it down. Lay it down. Today, whatever is really bothering you, something you're worrying about, God is going to take you through this situation. You're going to be okay. Trust. Yes, your worst fears might come to pass. Yes, through the darkest times. Yes, dark times might come. Yes, the very thing that you're so afraid of might happen. But you know what? You're still going to be okay. You're going to survive it. You're going to come through it. God's going to be with you. He's never going to leave you. He's never going to forsake you. You're never going to be alone. And there is some things you're going to learn in the valley that you can never learn on the mountaintop. It's in the valley where you learn courage. It's in the valley, right? It's in the valley where you learn determination. It's in the valley when you learn faith. It's in the valley when you learn surrendering. It's in the valley when you learn how to flow and relax and lean on God. Say, oh, I'm okay. Peace that surpasses all understanding. Those things come in the valley. It doesn't come on the mountaintop. It's the valley experiences, the low places in your life that's preparing you for the mountaintop, preparing you for breakthrough, preparing you for next level. And when I think on some of the places in my life where I've suffered, going through, those were the seasons. Those were the seasons that made Rebecca who she is. Those were the seasons that gave me a depth to my spiritual perseverance, gave me a depth to my faith, gave me a depth to my resiliency, a depth to my determination. It gave me mental fortitude. It gave me spiritual maturity. It gave me strength. Saja said, oh, thank you, Saja. Thank you, sweetheart. That's right. And stay strong and never give up. You're good for our living on. Listen, we got to keep going. I promise you, you got to just keep going. You got to keep going. Don't give up. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep moving through the messy middle. And the only way I know to do it as quickly as possible is completely surrendering. Stop trying to wrestle with it. Stop trying to figure it out. Give it over to God. Get still. Listen. Pay attention. Learn the lessons. Dig in. That's the only way I know to get through it faster, is to stop resisting. Okay? All right, guys. I love you. Blessings and abundance. Mwah. I love you guys. Have a fabulous Thursday. I'm almost done for the day. One more meeting and I'm almost done. I love you guys. Hope you're having a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.